I imagine your country has no military because permanent neutral country is, so don't need to hold the military, I thought. But last time we talked about it, so you said that your country have the civil service and the military, military service. You can choose. So I wanted to know about the military service in more detail.
So like every Swiss citizen is required to go to military once they are 18 years old for around 1 year, I think. So you can either go like everything in one go, so you go for 1 year and then you're finished, or you just go like for half a year, I think, and then every summer you go for 4 weeks until you're like 30 years old, and then you're finished with the military service. If you decide not to go to civil service, you have to have a good reason, because like you are sick or something, or you really don't like guns or something.
So is it okay? I don't like guns, so I don't want to go.
Usually when you say you don't like guns, they just tell you, okay, you still go to the military service, but you don't use any guns.
So you chose the civil service. So you don't need to go to military service?
For me, it was because I sleepwalked. Do you know what sleepwalking is?
No.
When you sleep at night, and then you wake up and walk around without you realizing.
Oh, really? You have such a phenomenon?
Not anymore, but when I was like 13 years old, I did it 2 or 3 times. And there was enough reason to not go to military service, because they don't want you to wake up and then walk around in the military and maybe shoot a gun or something. Who knows?
That's funny. Exactly.
Yeah. You ask why do we have a military when we're neutral, right? What most people say, it's because we still need to defend ourselves when we're being invaded. Like during World War II, maybe Germany could have come from the north very easily. So we needed a military for that, for example. We don't need as many people, because even though we're like a small country, we don't need a lot of people to defend ourselves, because we have the mountains in the south. So it's very hard to invade. What I think is kind of interesting, when in like Second World War, Switzerland was very neutral, right? Like in almost every war, they profited a lot from being neutral, because many like Jews from Germany, they came to Switzerland to give the money to the Swiss banks to like keep it safe. They couldn't get the money back because many of them died, right? So there was a lot of money in Swiss banks, which no one used. And after like a certain amount of years, the money in those banks belonged to the Swiss state. So that's how they got a lot of money, right? I mean, it's not clever. It was mainly luck, because they were just like, oh, we're neutral. You can give the money to us to keep it safe. Switzerland was not a rich country before the world wars. And that's a big reason, I think, because how they got there's a map, and like every country around us is in the European Union, but not Switzerland.
Oh, so you use the original money?
Yes, we have Swiss francs.
Do you want to enter the EU?
No.
Why?
Because right now it's kind of unfair to the other EU countries, but it's good for now, because we have the same agreements with like all the EU countries. Like go to Germany without a passport. I mean, you should have a passport, but they don't check it, right? You can go work there like without problems, and they can also come to Switzerland without problems. And that is like kind of the agreement between EU countries, that they can move freely around the European countries in the Union. And Switzerland can also do that, but they don't have to give money to the European Union. I mean, we get all the good things without the bad things, mainly. So there's no point in us to enter the country right now, or the European Union, I think. Yeah.
So your country don't enter to EU, but you got a lot of profit from EU.
Yes. Yes,
Ah, good positioning.
Yeah. Positioning.
I wanted to ask you, your country's young people discuss about the politics?
I guess so, yes. They are striking, or especially actually in the last year, there's been a lot of like demonstrations for more women's rights. Like because in a lot of companies there's, or like especially the high positions in companies, there's much more men than women. And also I think like for the same work, usually men earn more than women. So there's been a lot of strike, like demonstrations for like equality, and that's mainly by young people, I think. And also what was by young people, like the demonstrations for policies against like climate change. So I mean not against, but like to raise awareness. So I guess, yeah, young people are quite active in politics. But not everyone. Like, for example, I don't talk much about politics because I don't know much about it. But I guess it's a good thing that young people are involved in politics, kind of. Yeah.
So last time I talked with Philip. Do you know Philip? From
yeah,
German.
just a little bit. Yeah.
Yes, I noticed. Oh, we need to talk about it because our country's future, our generation's future. Yes,
exactly. I think it's a good people. Yeah, when you're young, you should definitely like talk about politics and stuff.
Yes, so
because it's the future of your country mainly. Yeah.
And in Japan, we have the culture. If I talk about the politics things, so he have a very strong, thinking.
Yeah.
So other people, oh, crazy person? Are you crazy person? Like this.
Sometimes if you have like extreme views on something, like I don't know an example, but if you're very left or very right, so if you give us all free money, which is kind of an extreme view in Switzerland, some people will agree, but some people will look at you like, oh, okay, he's kind of extreme. But like if you talk about politics, usually it's that's normal, kind of.
Please check my YouTube. My muscle turned to be bigger. Bigger. Please watch.
I will check.
Yeah, please check. Yes. Thank you. Have a good day.
Have a good day. Good luck.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
ありがとう。